Great night of action, guys. How are you feeling, Zelfa, after a big win?
Feeling good. I'm not sore yet, but it's coming.
What was the kind of game plan for that one? Was you working towards your body, and was it kind of always a plan, or did you see it just kind of in the fight and thought,
It was just a part of the fight, I didn't, to be fair, I didn't expect Jordan to be that good. We performed good, and I had to think I was cruising, and then he started winning a few rounds, but I wasn't like tired or anything. I just thought I was winning, and then I asked my Uncle P, I said, "I'm winning." He's like, "It's close." So I thought, you know what? I've been in this position before when it's close. Eric Donovan. So I thought we got to push the pace, man.
Zelfa, what surprised you about Jordan in there tonight? You said he was better than you thought. What surprised you about him?
Just his plan, just how he was doing things, his feighting. He weren't really following that clip to him earlier, and then he adapted. He was catching with a few jabs, but I just thought I was winning, and I thought, you know what, I have to change this now, and then I had to put the pressure on a bit.
Did you know when you caught him with that initial body shot, when you dropped him, could you sort of smell the engines in the air? I really need to put my foot on the gas, because we've seen before in fights where he's hurt, that's when he can be at his most dangerous as well.
You know what? I just thought in my head I need to land big punches, correct, hard, solid punches. And the fight's slipping away a bit, so I had to adapt.
It's a huge victory for you now, and this kicks you on now to hopefully fight for a world title. How pleased are you with how this has gone? Obviously, headlining in Manchester, we spoke about it before the fight, and now yet another opportunity to fight for a world title, hopefully soon.
Yeah, man. I keep thanking Eddie, man, because it means a lot. Coming from small hall shows to fighting, in the big MEN, or the AO, in front of all my people. My mum would be proud of me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the production on the way up. The big billboard, the little documentary, and that. Eddie and Matchroom, that's all, man. They done me a solid, so it'll all kick in tomorrow, and I'm just thankful.
Zelfa, it was a close fight for most. Did you feel like it was close to yourself though when you was in there?
You know what? I was in a bit of a cruise control in my own self. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm getting caught, and then I just got that vibe, and I'm looking at Lyndon, and Lyndon's like, "Yo, you can stay there with him," kind of thing. So Pat said the same thing, like, you can put yourself in a position with this guy. So when Uncle Pat said, "You got to put the pressure on him," I had to just change.
The bodywork was obviously crucial for you tonight. Was that something which you had seen a weakness in? You're naturally the bigger guy as well, so did you feel like it was, in the end, it's obviously paid dividends, but something you really thought you could take advantage of as the fight progressed?
I believe, I punch correctly, so I just know when I land, it will hurt, and the opportunity was there, and I just landed, and there's a couple of times where I slipped through, and it hurt him, but he was very tight. I could hear Ben Davison screaming in his corner. He was following the instructions well, so give him credit.
Jordan felt the fight could have gone on. Did you think it was the right decision though?
Yeah, of course, man. I smelt blood, and I was super fit, so I would have carried on till the referee would have stopped it, and he done Jordan a solid there, because he's got a family, and it's boxing is a dangerous sport, so when someone's out, they're out.
Zelfa, you said it was. Zelfa, you said in the build-up to this, he says, I'm taking this personally. He said, it's nothing he said, it's just the fact that he thinks he can beat me. Is that what was sort of sticking in your mind? Was that driving you in there, that thought of, he thinks he can sort of hang with me in this ring? Were you using that as a driving force?
To be fair, it's a bit of a Michael Jordan moment. when he thought that somebody said something about him? That was me. I thought, this guy said this about me. He really didn't mean it. But yeah, I had to just take little things personal. To drive me, he's a nice guy, you know what I mean? So it was a bit of a weird one to fight him, kind of thing. I kept on bumping into him in the lift and all that. It was weird. So, I had to just beat him, really.
Zelfa, must it be a world title shot next after that win then?
Hopefully we'll see what Eddie comes with. I'm ready. I had a good fight with Jordan. He come off a good win. And he had a good long distance to fight me. He had a good camp, so I beat a good fighter and a good camp. So I believe I'm a world-class fighter.
Zelfa, prior to this fight, obviously a lot was made about the fact that you were fighting at home. When you got into that ring, could you feel the electricity in the crowd, and how did that help you throughout the fight?
You know what? To be fair with you, I normally just hear like Lyndon. No matter how far he is or where he is, I can hear him. So I knew what I had to do, and the pressure wasn't the crowd. The pressure was, if I got beat, where am I going from here? And there was a lot on the line, so I had to just do what I had to do, man. Willing to do or die in there.
And you just said there was a lot on line. Do you feel like this is probably the best you're at currently in your career as well?
At this moment in time, of course it is. You know, Rakimov was like the highlight of my career, like a world title fight. But this was like more emotional and a big fight for me in Manchester. You know, all my people was there. You know, and the event, the occasion. I've been in this position before where, swim or sink, and I had to swim.
And finally, how much are you going to enjoy the Five Guys?
Double patty, extra mayonnaise, barbecue sauce. Let's go, man.
Question for Eddie. In terms of a potential world title shot, on the face of it, you would think Joe Cordina, as a fellow matchroom fighter, would most likely, though he hasn't seemed particularly keen on fighting Zelfa in the past. Would you say that's still a fight that's most likely in terms of world title shot?
Yeah,
or?
I think any domestic fight for a world title always makes sense. Joe's obviously wants to unify. He may even move up to 35 at some point. He's got a mandatory coming up against Sugar Nunes. We have spoken to Lamont Roach as well, which I know is a fight that Zelfa really fancies as well. Could be in America, could be back here in Manchester. You've got Oshaki Foster, you've got Valdez. You know, I think the two obvious ones are Cordina and Lamont Roach. And obviously now he'll be highly ranked with the WBA. And you know, we want to get him a shot for a load of money, if possible in Manchester. But if we have to go to America for it, no problem as well. But you know, I think let's see what happens on May the 18th with Kakachi and Cordina, and we'll work behind the scenes with Lamont Roach as well.
Zelfa, is Cordina the fight that you want the most? Because I know we spoke about it in the build-up to this, and you spoke about it for a long time. Is that something that you would love to push Eddie towards?
Of course, man. You know, both matchroom fighters. He's a good fighter. I'm a good fighter. Similar styles. You know, that'll be a serious fight. But I understand the situation. He's a world champion. He wants to look after his family now. I get it. I totally get his position. You know, he's worked all his life to get to where he is now. Now he wants to get paid. So I understand it. You know, so I'm just ready for anything. You know, if Eddie says this guy, then it's this guy. If Eddie says that guy, it's that guy. It is what it is.
Zelfa, you touched on the crowd there tonight. Obviously, Eddie's mentioned kind of Manchester or America. Does it matter for you, or would you prefer it to be back here at home?
I'd love to fight in Manchester now, but you know, if it's Timbuktu, it's like we've got to go to Timbuktu, man.
Zelfa, we saw kind of a natural size difference between you and Jordan tonight. How do you still feel at super feather? Do you still feel strong? Do you still feel like you've got many more fights there, or is a future move up to lightweight on your mind at all?
Yeah, of course I'm strong at this weight. You know, I made the weight great. You know, with Peter Bell. You know, I'm not a lightweight. I was walking around that lightweight on fight week. So, you know, but if the opportunity is at 135, then you know we'll take them too.
And Zelfa mentioned Lamont Roach as potentially the Woodland champion you find most appealing. What is it about that fight that you like so much? Is it something stylistically you see? Is it prospect of a trip to America? What is it?
He's just got the belt, innit? So it is what it is. Whoever's got the belt, I'll fight. There's no like, doesn't matter what style it is. We'll just adapt to it.
Last question, guys. All good? Thanks, Zelf. Well done, mate.
Thank you.